Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Whenever I make positive plans for self-correction, behavioral corrections, future improvements, etc., I get reflections of the Awliya and their holy places or holy numbers like 11 and 12 automatically, or sometimes images of holy verses reflecting towards my plans. Are these spiritual signs from the Almighty or are they psychological?
Spiritual signs from the Almighty can come from psychology, it can come from biology, it can come from architecture, it can come from chemistry, because everything is a sign of Allah. But if you mean, are you just imagining it? It has nothing to do with Allah? No, you're not just imagining it. It's not imagination, for the most part. But don't concentrate on doing that in order to see those things. It must be, whether you see or you don't see, it doesn't matter to you. You know it is the right thing to do, to be good. So whether you see signs or you don't see signs, it doesn't matter to you. There are those who are only doing it to see these signs. Then what? Okay, you see 11:11. It's very good. Of course it is very good. But is that why we are praying and making zikr? To see 11:11? Okay, you see 11:11 everywhere. Then what? What are you going to do with it? Nothing. You don't know what to do with it. Then that after a while can become a game. Shaitan will trick you through that too. Yes, through spirituality, visions and everything, there will be a time when Shaitan will trick you to that. It happened to Hazrat Abu Qadir Gilani. You think it's not going to happen to us? He went into so much deep into himself and into his Lord. He was able to see so many wondrous things, yet after a while, Shaitan tested him. Of course, he passed the test because he's not drunk. So many people today, all they want to do is to be drunk. So they don't know whether that is coming from Rahman or Shaitan. They don't know whether that is coming from jinn or insan. They don't know. All they know is they get this addiction to something, some lights, some smell, some color. They get addicted to it and they do everything to get that. No, we are servants. Certain things, of course, when you do, your heart will start opening and you'll see. But if whatever that you're seeing and experiencing, if it's going to stop you from doing more, from getting higher, the Shaykh will put a cover to that too. He'll start blindfolding you so that you don't see anything, so that you can make higher progress. So, it's not necessary in our way to see all those things too. The one who sees these unusual things and his faith rise up because he sees is not better than that one who doesn't see and he believes. In fact, that one who doesn't see and he believes, his faith is higher because he doesn't need to see to believe. And if he sees something, he's saying, it doesn't matter. Because all these unusual things is not something that Mahdi alayhi salam is going to bring. It is something that Dajjal is going to bring. What Mahdi alayhi salam is going to bring is he's going to bring Shariat. And he's going to bring Tariqat. So if you're not busy with that, refining your adab, the submission, knowing yourself and your ego, fighting against your ego, Dajjal can easily show you some unusual things. Never forget, the Prophet says Dajjal is not going to come to you like Dajjal. He's not going to come to you with one eye big, one eye small and very ugly. He's going to come to you in the description, in the beauty of prophets. It is all an illusion, but he's going to come to trick you. How are you going to get tricked if he's looking like an ogre? Huh? Like Shrek, right? How are you going to get tricked? And Prophet already says he's going to say to some, I am a saint. Others, I am a prophet. Others, he's going to say, I am Allah. And people are going to believe. Muslims are going to believe. So he will come with some attraction. But if you're going to judge with these eyes, you're not going to see. You say, no, he's wearing this, it's this, it's this, it's this. But if you look, if you have vision that your sheikhs and the saints have taught you how to see, everything has to go according to Sharia too. Then you're going to notice, oh, he's wearing a turban, but this is not how the prophets, they tied a turban. He's keeping a but this is not where the prophets are doing it. Just like Hazrat Abdul Qadir Gilani, when the Ma'idah came, the table, golden table came from paradise. He was worshipping so much, a golden table came from the skies with food, heavenly food, looking foods, and cups and plates and everything. And a voice coming saying, my servant, you have passed your test. Now eat from the food of paradise. And he's saying, oh, you Melun, you cursed one, get the out of here. If Allah had sent him that and he said those words, he'll be stripped of his sainthood because he failed the test. How are you going to know if something appears like that, to know it's coming from Allah, Rahman, or Shaitan? Why he said, Shaitan, get away, this is your trick. Why he's saying that? Because he says, no prophet ever eats with golden plates and cups and everything. This is against to the Sharia. This is not coming from Allah. Although we know that in paradise you'll be given those things. No. Now, are you understanding how much awake you have to be? How much awake you have to be? So many times you have anything, wake up, don't be in ghaflat, don't be in ghaflat, don't be in ghaflat. How much awake you have to be. Now this being awake is not about how much knowledge you have. It's being alert. How are you going to learn to be alert? How are you going to learn to be awake? From books, from so much zikr, people enter into zikr and they enter into hayal. They pray and then their mind goes somewhere. You're not being alert. That time you have to be with the ones who are awake. They will teach you how to be awake. And the method usually is wall-to-wall knocking you. Putting a fear, putting you to become very careful, to watch everything, And fear meaning that Allah is watching too. Then that time you can be awake. This tariqat is for people who are awake. If you want to go to sleep, it's not for you. Assalamu alaikum.